Hello dear students, welcome to today's thermal engineering class. In last class we saw that how can we formulate the heat transfer through a slab, single slab having thermal conductivity K and cross section area A and length L, and at both extreme temperature T1 and T2, and we saw that the thermal conductivity will be K into A into T1 minus T2 by L. So that we have formulated in last class. Now I would like to give you derivations for two slabs joined in series and two slabs joined in parallel. We will find out the equivalent thermal conductivity of two slabs joined in series and two slabs joined in parallel. That is on next page. This is in series. Just like two resistance are joined in parallel and series, having one equivalent resistance for those resistance combined in series and parallel. Similarly, two slabs or more than two slabs joined in series or parallel would have an equivalent thermal conductivity. So that we will find out. We will find out what will be rate of flow of heat and what will be the equivalent thermal conductivity. In place of K1 and K2 we can take equivalent thermal conductivity for combination, and we will also find out expression for the interface temperature. So let us take two slabs having cross section area A, same cross section area, and L1 and L2 be the length of the slabs, and K1 and K2 be the thermal conductivity. Let heat from left to right is allowed to flow, and rate of heat flow is Q. Heat flow is Q. Let's say in time, some particular time T, then H will be rate of flow of heat. So let us assume that the flow of heat is in steady state, and T1 and T2 be the temperature of the both extreme faces. First we will find out the temperature of interface. Let T be the steady temperature of the interface. Steady temperature of the interface. At the steady state, the rate of heat flow will be same in both the slab because it is in series. So rate of heat flow will be same. So if we calculate the rate of heat flow for first slab, then we get H1 is equal to K1A T1 minus T divided by L. Here temperature T1, here T. So rate of heat flow can be find out by this equation. K1A T1 minus T by L1 for first slab. And rate of heat flow for second slab will be K2A T minus T2 by L2, because T1 is greater than T2. It means T1 is greater than T, and this T interface temperature is greater than T2 because heat is flowing from left to right. So H1 will be this, H2 will be this. So in steady state, the rate of heat flow through complete slab will be same. So these two quantity will be equal. So by doing equal both quantities, we get so by breaking the fraction, we get K1 T1 by L1, K1 T by L1, and K2 T by L2, and minus K2 T2 by L2. And by taking T interface temperature terms in one side, we get T is equal to K1, and by solving all these equation as usual, simple mathematical rule. T is equal to K1 T1 L2 plus K2 T2 L1 divided by K1 L2 plus K2 L1. So this is the equation 1. This is the interface temperature. K1 T1 L2 K2 T2 L1 by K2 L1 L2 K1 L2 plus K2 L1. If L1 will be equal to L1, in such condition the interface temperature will be T is equal to K1 T1 plus K2 T2 by K1 plus K2. This is a special case. Now we will find out equivalent thermal conductivity of the slab. So putting the value of interface temperature T from equation 1 in point number 10. In point number 10, rate of heat flow is given for both the slab individually. You can see in the last page. So by putting this interface temperature, we get H is equal to K1A by L1 into T1 minus T at the place of T. We are putting this, and by solving this we are taking LCM and doing all these things, and so by solving this equation we get H is equal to K1 K2A into T1 minus T2 by K1 L2 plus K2 L1. So this equation can give us the rate of heat transfer through combined slab in terms of K1 K2 and T1 T2. So we have find out the interface temperature and we have find out this rate of heat flow in terms of T1 T2 K1 K2 known things. So again we modified this little bit by taking K1 K2 downward in denominator, below the denominator. So we get H is equal to A T1 minus T2 L2 by K2 plus L1 by K1. Say this is equation 3. We will use this equation afterward. So both equations are equivalent. So let us find out the equivalent thermal conductivity of the both slab. Let K be the equivalent thermal conductivity of combined slab. Then we can write that the rate of heat flow is equal to Ka cross section area T1 minus T2 extreme left temperature and divided by length of the, that is normal formula what we have derived for the single slab. We are taking K as a equivalent thermal conductivity. Say this is the equation 4. Now if we compare the equation 4 and equation 3, then we get by comparing, by doing equal these two equations, because this rate of heat flow is same for those both. So by equating this and this, we get K is equal to K1 K2 into L1 plus L2 by K1 L2 plus K2 L1. Say this is the equation 5. Now for a special case, if suppose this L1 is equal to L2, then by putting L1 is equal to L2 in equation 5, we get K is equal to 2K1 K2 by L1 K1 plus K2. So this is the equivalent thermal conductivity in case of the length is same of both the slab. If length is not same, then this equation will be followed for equivalent thermal conductivity. If length is same, then this can be applied. So we have found out the equivalent thermal conductivity for two slabs. So now I would like to give one expression for the, if there are n number of slabs are in series, then what will be equivalent thermal conductivity? So we are seeing that in equation 3, and by combining 3 and 4, we are getting that K is equal to L1 plus L2 by L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2. So similarly, if n number of slabs having length L1, L2 dash 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 Ln and thermal conductivity be K1, K2 dash 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 Kn are joined in series, then the equivalent thermal conductivity can be find out by the equation K is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 dash 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 plus L1 divided by L1 by K1 plus L2 by K2. By this equation we can find out the equivalent thermal conductivity. We can also do it by same method as we have find out by this. We are writing directly this, but we can find out by the same method, taking n number of slabs, and by same process we can find out this. This proof we can do by the same method. We'll see some fast because there is space problem in my system mobile. So now we will see the slabs, if slabs are joined in parallel. In last article we saw that if slabs are joined in series, then what will be interface temperature, what will be equivalent thermal conductivity, and what will be heat flow. Now we will see that if slabs are joined parallel like this, then what will be rate of heat flow and what will be equivalent thermal conductivity. Here is no matter of interface temperature because these are parallel, so we can see that there is no any interface where temperature will be different. So let L be the length of both the slab and A1, A2 be the cross sectional area of the both slabs, slab 1 and slab 2, and K1, K2 be the thermal conductivity of slab 1 and slab 2. And say the heat is flowing from left to right, and rate of heat flow in slab 1 is H1 and rate of heat flow in slab 2 is S2. And T1 and T2 be the temperature in extreme left of the slab and extreme right of the slab. Let us see how to find out. Let H1 and S2 be the rate of heat flow in slab 1 and slab 2. Then H1 will be K1 A1 T1 minus T2 by L and S2 will be K2 A2 T1 minus T2 by L. And let H be the combined heat flow rate, means total flow of heat from the cross section. That will be sum of the heat flow from both the section. H is equal to H1 plus H2. So by adding these equations, in place of H1 we are putting this, in place of H2 we are putting this, and by adding we are get H is equal to K1 A1 plus K2 A2 by L into T1 minus T2. This is the equation 6. And this gives us the rate of heat flow through combined slab joined in parallel. Now let us concentrate on the equivalent thermal conductivity. Let K be the equivalent thermal conductivity of the combined slabs. Then H is equal to K A1 plus A2 total area, cross sectional area, combined thermal conductivity and temperature difference at both extreme divided by total length. Now if we because these are both same for same slab, these both equations. So if we compare 6 and 7, we get thermal equivalent conductivity of the parallel combination as K is equal to K1 A1 plus K2 A2 by A1 plus A2. Say this is the equation 8. Now in a special case, if say cross section area of both the slabs joined in parallel are same, then A1 is equal to A2. By putting A1 is equal to A2 in equation 8, we will have K is equal to K1 plus K2 by 2. Means thermal conductivity will be the mean of average of both thermal conductivity of the both the slab, both the material. Now if n number of slabs are combined parallel, and let's say A1, A2 dash 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 A and B the cross section areas of n number of slabs, and K1, K2 dash 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 K and B the thermal conductivity of those L number of slabs. Then combined thermal conductivity can be find out in the same way as we have found out for the two slabs, and it will come K is equal to K1A1 plus K2A2 dash 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 KN AN by A1 plus A2 dash 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 total area. So again, if there will be equal area of all the slabs, then we will get the combined thermal conductivity as K is equal to K1 plus K2 plus K3 dash 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 Kn divided by N. So that will be mean of the all thermal conductivities. So in this way we can find out the in combinations, combined slab, composite slabs in series and parallel, thermal conductivity we can find out, rate of heat flow we can find out easily. And in next class we will see that if there is a cylindrical shape of a hollow cylindrical shape and inner surface temperature is different, outer surface temperature is different, then how can we find out the thermal conductivity, rate of heat flow for the single cylinder and combined cylinder. Similarly, we will see for the hollow sphere. If a hollow sphere having some thickness in a dia different, outer dia different, and the inner sphere has a different temperature, outer heat is flowing from inner to out, inner surface to outer surface, then what will be equivalent thermal conductivity of those? All these conductivity things for cylinder and sphere, that is will be very interesting to see. That we will see in the next classes. And for today's class we have seen the thermal conductivity of the series combination of slabs. So I request you to timely submit your assignment and notes, and I want to see boiler notes also, boiler assignment also I have given you already, and you have to submit that. Whatever material is left, 1-2 point like draft of boiler, like those some 1-2 points are left there, intentionally I have left there for you. You add those points here, you add those points at that in material and submit your boiler assignment also. Thank you.